We often picture artificial intelligence, AI, as something just for the huge tech companies, the ones with big budgets, complex labs.
Right. Loads of resources.
Exactly, but maybe that picture isn't quite complete. Today, we're doing a deep dive into how AI is actually becoming, well, surprisingly accessible for small businesses, like yours.
Hmm.
And crucially, without needing a giant budget or a whole team of data scientists.
Yeah, that's the key thing. There's a real shift happening. This idea that AI is some uh, far off, super expensive tech, it's getting pretty outdated fast.
Okay,
We're seeing so many practical, affordable AI tools pop up now. Tools that can give real, actual benefits to businesses, whatever their size.
so the goal today.
It's basically to show you how you can use these tools, how to work smarter, connect better with your customers, and just make more informed decisions, really.
Makes sense.
We're going to look at 5 main areas where AI is already making a difference for small businesses.
Okay, let's get straight into it then. First up, something that I know takes up so much time for small business owners, customer support.
Oh, definitely. Trying to be there 24/7, answering every single question,
Yeah.
it feels impossible sometimes, right?
Right, it really does. And this is where things like AI chatbots, virtual assistants can really step in.
How so?
Well, they can automatically handle those really common questions, the repetitive ones. They can resolve simple issues, basically give your customers that 24/7 support feel.
And it's not super complicated to set up.
No, that's the fascinating part. You don't need to be a coding genius. The first step really is just figuring out which questions you answer over and over again.
Like store hours, order tracking.
Exactly. Think about your emails, your messages, what keeps coming up,
Mhm.
store hours, how to track an order, basic product info, stuff like that.
Okay, so you list those out first.
Once you know those, you can start looking at chatbot platforms.
And are there affordable options? Or even free ones?
Yes, that's the great news. There are really user-friendly platforms, and many have free plans to get you started. Think Tidio, ManyChat, ChatFuel.
Oh, I've heard of some of those. Yeah, they're pretty popular. You basically teach the bot the answers to those common questions.
Okay.
Then you plug it into your website, maybe your Facebook page.
So it acts like a first line of defense for questions, always available.
Precisely. It gives that instant response people increasingly expect. KLM, the airline, their GlueBot,
Yeah.
handles tons of inquiries, booking tickets, flight status updates. It just offers immediate help, which is great for efficiency, obviously, but also keeps customers happier.
Okay, but what if a customer asks something really specific, something, you know, unique that the bot doesn't know?
That's a really good point. And yeah, that's a valid concern. These initial AI helpers, they do have limits when it comes to really unusual situations.
So what's the solution?
It really highlights the need to keep refining it. You need to look at how the chatbot's doing regularly.
Check the logs, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See what questions it struggles with. What feedback are customers giving you? You use that info to update the bot's answers, make it smarter over time. It's definitely a learning process.
Got it. Okay. Constant improvement. All right. Let's switch gears a bit. Let's talk marketing. How can AI shake things up there? We're moving past just blasting emails to everyone.
Way past that.
Yeah.
AI lets you get much more personalized. It helps you understand your customers on a deeper level.
How does it do that?
It uses the data you probably already have. Things like purchase history, what people click on your website, how they engage with your emails.
Okay.
AI tools can analyze all that and spot patterns, preferences, things a human might easily miss. This lets you segment your audience much more accurately.
So instead of one generic email,
Right, you tailor messages to specific groups based on what actually interests them.
and there are tools for this too,
Yeah.
with free options.
Yeah, absolutely. Tools like MailChimp, HubSpot, even Sender, they all have free plans that include some AI-driven personalization features. You can automate email campaigns, social media posts.
That are way more likely to actually resonate with people.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because they feel relevant. Sephora is a classic example.
Oh, yeah.
They use AI for personalized product recommendations based on past buys, preferences,
hmm
and it's directly linked to higher sales and, happier customers.
Makes total sense. You show people things they're likely to want.
Mm.
But, okay, you need data for this, right? What if you're a small business, maybe just starting out? You might not have tons of customer data yet.
That's a crucial question. Building that data foundation is key, definitely.
So how do you do that?
The advice is often to give people a reason to share info, like offer a discount if they sign up for your newsletter, or maybe a free guide. Create a loyalty program.
Give something valuable in return.
Exactly.
Right.
That exchange helps you build that initial data set that the AI can then start working with.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Let's move on to another common headache for small businesses, inventory. Just keeping track of
Got the
everything.
stockroom shuffle. Yes,
Can AI help there too? Maybe predict demand or something?
it absolutely can. This
Hmm.
is about optimizing your inventory and your whole supply chain, really, finding that balance.
Balance between having enough stock and not having too much sitting around.
Precisely. You don't want empty shelves, but you also don't want capital tied up in stock that isn't moving.
Yeah.
AI tools analyze past sales, trends, even external factors to forecast demand way more accurately than, just guessing.
So it helps predict your best sellers and when you need them.
hmm It takes a lot of the guesswork out. And you can even use AI to set up automatic reordering when stock gets low for certain items. Streamlines the whole thing.
Are there specific tools mentioned for this?
Yeah, tools like TradeGecko, Stocky, which has a free plan, I think, and Zebra Medical are mentioned. They offer AI-powered forecasting and management, often with affordable options.
And big companies use this.
On a huge scale, think Walmart. They use AI constantly to track inventory across thousands of stores, predict demand shifts, optimize deliveries. It's massive.
Wow. Okay.
The result for them is fewer stockouts for customers and less waste for the business.
But what about, say, a brand new product
Yeah.
or something really seasonal where demand spikes unpredictably? Can AI handle that?
That's a really sharp question. Forecasting for new or super seasonal items is trickier, even for AI.
So what do you do?
The suggestion is to start with whatever historical data you do have, even if it's not much. Then it's a bit of trial and error. Monitor the AI's predictions closely, maybe make manual adjustments at first.
And it learns over time.
Yeah, as it gets more data, it gets better at spotting those patterns, even the tricky ones.
Okay, cool. So AI helps with customers, marketing, inventory. What about just understanding the business itself, using all the data you collect?
Yes, AI-powered data analysis. This is a huge one for making smarter decisions.
So taking all that info, sales numbers, customer feedback, website traffic.
All of it.
Mm.
AI tools can sift through that mountain of data, find hidden patterns, and give you insights you just wouldn't see otherwise.
Like what kind of insights?
Well, maybe uncovering new trends in your market, predicting potential outcomes if you change pricing, even suggesting new areas for growth.
It sounds like having a super smart analyst on call.
Kind of, yeah. You feed it your sales reports, reviews, analytics, tools like Google Analytics, which is free Tableau, Zoho Analytics. They often have free versions too.
And they help you make sense of it all.
They do. They can show you opportunities. Maybe tweaking your pricing or launching a new product line based on what the data suggests people want.
Netflix's recommendation engine comes to mind.
That's a perfect example. They analyze viewing habits to suggest things you'll probably like, keeping you engaged. For your business, it might mean seeing which products customers often buy together, or which ads bring in the most valuable customers.
But what if you're not a data scientist? I mean, looking at spreadsheets full of numbers can feel pretty intimidating for a small business owner.
Totally understandable. But the good news is, a lot of these AI tools are designed to be user-friendly. They often have dashboards, charts, visualizations, things that make the insights easier to grasp.
So you don't need a PhD in statistics.
Not usually, no. And like we discussed, if you hit a point where you need really deep analysis, maybe for a specific big project, you could consider bringing in a data analyst on a freelance basis.
Okay, that makes it seem more manageable. Which brings us to, I guess, the big question. Money. Limited budgets. How do you choose the right AI tools without breaking the bank? There seem to be so many options now.
It can feel overwhelming, for sure. The key is really to be strategic. Focus.
Focus on what?
On your most pressing business needs. Start there. Where are the biggest bottlenecks? What takes up the most time? Where are things inefficient?
Identify the main pain points first.
Exactly. The Nary Search AI tools specifically designed to tackle those problems. And definitely prioritize platforms that offer free plans or low-cost starting tiers that can grow with you.
So don't try to do everything at once. Find a tool for a specific need.
And absolutely use those free trials. Test drive a few different options before you commit any money. See what feels right for you and your team.
Are there examples of general-purpose tools that might help?
Yeah, things like Zapier are mentioned. It's great for connecting different apps you already use, automating repetitive tasks without coding.
Oh, that sounds useful.
Grammarly, too, uses AI to help improve your writing emails, website copy, social posts. And Trello for task management has some AI automation features. Many of these have free starting points.
Good to know.
And don't underestimate talking to other business owners in your field.
Ask what they're using.
Yeah. Get firsthand recommendations. Find out what's actually working for businesses similar to yours. Hootsuite, for example, uses AI for social media stuff and has affordable plans aimed at smaller businesses. That kind of insight is golden.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. The main takeaway seems to be that AI isn't just for the big players anymore.
Not at all. It's achievable for small businesses. It's increasingly affordable. You can start exploring it right now.
And the key is focusing on practical tools that solve specific problems you face.
Exactly. Do that, and you can unlock some really significant benefits.
Like being more efficient, better customer service.
hmm Streamlining how you work, keeping customers happier, making smarter decisions because you actually understand the data. These aren't just buzzwords. They can have a real positive impact on your bottom line.
And the final advice is start small.
Absolutely crucial. Don't feel you need to overhaul everything overnight. Pick one area, one challenge,
Tool, try it out.
test it. See if it works for you. If it does, great. Then maybe look at the next challenge. Scale up as you see results and get more comfortable.
Okay, that feels much less daunting.
Good. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about one task, just one repetitive thing that eats up your time every week.
Oh,
Or one specific challenge your business is facing right now.
yeah.
Could one of the free or maybe low-cost AI tools we talked about today potentially help with that? Right now. Just taking that first small step, trying something out that could really open up a whole new way of working for your business is worth exploring.